you know, I get that I don't plan on saying weird shit unless it actually comes out of my poem, T-Rex Brain and Short Arms, which I'll read to you because I say better weird stuff than they say in the Bible because my stuff actually draws out a perfect soul, so you know what a perfect soul looks like. Um, but there are people that go to church and religiously listen to the pastor say weird shit and then turn around and tell me that I can't say weird things because it makes me unfunctionable. But the joke's on them because I have said the best weird thing on planet Earth has ever seen. And I would almost bet that even Jesus didn't learn this because he was probably getting there, but he died at age 33, and I'm 35 now. T-Rex Brain and Short Arms. Copyright 4:06 a.m., January 13, 2018. I can't see my ears and eyes right now. Doesn't matter because I am green from the waist down. Stop saying weird shit but this. Oh no, I cussed and dissed your piss. Never mind your inconceivable trips. They try so hard to watch you slip. Even though the frog's where you sit. A reptile is a dinosaur that clicks. Watch me change the planet with your yellow dress, while you wonder where to guess. I'm just saying that Alice never stood up and lost her hair. No one cares if you can see that sound is black. If you can swallow, then blow air out your nose. If your left eye, heart, and period is like a rose. If your feet used to smell like mustard toes. The point in the dinosaur is to free your soul from the weirdness media knows. Now, like, my eyes are green. Like, I'm just a fucking dinosaur, man. My boss had said, oh, are you like Kermit the Frog? I don't fucking know. A dinosaur's a dinosaur's a dinosaur. Frogs are a dinosaur. Turtles are a dinosaur. Alligators are a dinosaur. Crocodiles are dinosaurs. Komodo dragons are dinosaurs. But we are going to, and like, I've only read up to Leviticus. My son's name is Levi, and I stopped reading Leviticus because I got tired of reading stories about weird things, but being told that I couldn't say weird things. Because as far as I'm concerned, nothing in this Bible compares to what I just read to you with my poem, T-Rex Brain and Short Arms. So, like, I said shit better than Jesus did because he didn't get there. Either that or the government hid what he said because they didn't want us to have a perfect soul. Either way, I win, and everybody else that told me I couldn't say weird shit loses. Because I mean, if you're going to listen to rap music, watch violent TV shows like scary movies, you know, go to church, watch just any media and church. All they do is say weird shit. So don't turn around and tell me I can't say weird shit. If you're listening to music that says weird shit, and all music says weird shit, everybody says weird shit. Everybody on earth says weird shit. Care who you are. Just because mine's profound and true doesn't make it any less fucking weird. La, la, la. Okay, well, I don't even know. I'm just gonna start reading. Like, is the Bible even copyrighted? I maybe shouldn't read. Look at that. That's kind of a good verse. As the rain and snow come down from heaven and do not return to it, without watering the earth and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve, the purpose for which I sent it. My words are seeds. That's what I got out of it. Like, that's some pretty weird shit. My words are seeds that are planted in your head. Well, it's about time something grows out of there because it's kind of empty. But if you tell somebody that doesn't know about the T-Rex brain and short arms poem, and they think they're black from the waist down, it's only going to add to the confusion. Like, oh, my words are seeds. Well, you think you're black from the waist down. Like, I've heard a couple guys tell me that they think they're black from the waist down. Like, that is disgusting. Like, apparently you have never meditated or even seen what meditation does, because nobody is black from the waist down. Everybody on planet Earth is green from the waist down because of meditation. So, like, I even texted that guy. Like, he's disgusting, telling me he's black from the waist down. I don't know where he is mentally. Yuck. I'd vomit if I could. Oh, and that Bible verse was Isaiah 55, 10 through 11. But, like, if you don't know you're green from the waist down, at minimum, you should know you're green from the waist down and maybe organize your soul yourself. But, like, I've already organized your soul for you. So every human on earth has the same soul, and I've organized it into the perfect soul. So you don't have to worry about that weird shit about your subconsciousness mind. Like, here, I organize your subconscious mind in words. So now you can, like, just worry about normal life. But according to the Bible, my words are seeds. Like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But it's still weird. So you can go to church and listen to weird shit like that. But you can't respect me because I tell you you're green from the waist down. So you don't have to worry about bad shit happening. So we can flip. Let's go to Leviticus. Wait, no, I know this verse. Exodus 18:11. Or is it 13:11? I don't remember. See here, look at this shit. God never said this to anybody here. I don't even know if there is a God. Like, I haven't met him. Like, there may be. I'll probably meet him when he dies, or her, or it. But if there's a God, then the Lord said to Moses, "Why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move on. Raise your staff and stretch your hand over the sea to divide the water so that the Israelites can go through the sea on dry ground. I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians so that they will go in after them, and I will gain glory through Pharaoh and all his army, through his chariots and his horsemen. The Egyptians will know that I am the Lord, and when I gain glory through Pharaoh, his chariots and his horsemen." First of all, ain't nobody fucking make water split so you can fucking walk through an ocean. That ain't never fucking happened. I'm sorry. It's weird and it's not physically possible. There ain't nothing on planet Earth or the universe that's going to make water split so he can walk through the Red Sea. But you believe it. You believe Jesus walked on water, but it's physically impossible. That's weird, but you believe it. Jesus got hung by the Buddhists because he was the first man to stop meditating. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not saying he wasn't a great man. He probably was. He just shouldn't have stopped meditating unless he reached nirvana. But apparently he didn't know he was green from the waist down. And so since he hadn't, like, reached nirvana, which is the point of meditation in Buddhism and all them religions, like, then he shouldn't have stopped. Like, and if he did stop, then why wasn't he telling people what I just told you about what happened when I reached nirvana? I reached nirvana when I realized I was green from the waist down. So there's really no point in going back down there because, like, what are you doing in my swamp? So we're going to 18:11, I think it is. I was still looking for that verse. Okay, it is. Exodus 18:11. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all other gods, for he did this to those who had treated Israelites ignorantly. What? This is not the... They totally, like, that's not how the verse goes. The verse goes, now I know the Lord is greater than all gods, for within the thing they dealt, or something like that. Like, this is, I don't even know what version this Bible is. It's an international version. There's so many different versions of the Bible, it makes you wonder who's right. I'm just saying, like, why are you right? Because you believe it, that's why. Not because that's what Jesus wrote. Nobody knows what Jesus wrote anymore. It's all been fucking analyzed by man, and man's like, oh, well, that's not what he meant. Why? Because you got blue eyes and I got green eyes, and you don't think that my green is anywhere about what's right? Like, I believe somebody with green eyes before I believe somebody with blue eyes. I'm sorry, the planet's green. Plants are green. Most of the planet's green. Dinosaurs are green. Reptiles are, well, reptiles are dinosaurs and they're green. Sorry. If you got blue eyes, you're just an airhead. Or you're a fucking fish because water's blue. You got brown eyes, you're a tree. And hopefully the bear shits in the river, not the woods, because, like, I don't know. And if you got gray eyes, you're just a rabbit. Like, good for you. That energy must suck. Green eyes are the supreme eyes. I don't know why Hitler was talking about blue, but, like, why? I don't know. The person who wrote the all-knowing poem that will bridge imaginal psychology with modern day psychology, well, it was me, and my eyes are green. So what does that tell you about the highest conscious cognitive ability of colored eyes? It means green has the highest one. Sorry. Because if everybody's green from the waist down and my eyes are green, what does that make me? All green. Sorry. Okay, well, I don't like that they changed that verse. Like, I should probably not use this version to read out of. Oh, and then Jesus turned a fish into, like, bread to feed 500 people. Jesus ain't never turned one fish into enough food to feed 500 people. I'm sorry, it's impossible. Physics proves it's impossible. You can't do that. You can't. Unless back in Jesus' time, they were not really living untechnologically. Like, if there was technology around in Jesus' day, and, like, I don't know, we lost it all somehow in, like, a nuclear war, or everybody died off in an extinction. Like, but as far as I'm concerned, the technology that's available today, you cannot turn one fish into enough food to feed 500 people. So until I see somebody do that, I'm not going to believe Jesus did. Because it doesn't say anything in the Bible about Jesus having the technology to do so. Sorry. And then they say Jesus is peaceful and blah, blah, blah. Well, I remember thinking about something that, or reading or hearing about something that said he got angry and threw a table up. Like, knocked the table over. I thought he didn't get angry. I thought he didn't sin. Anger is a sin. Sorry. Hey! Hey! Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're going to go to Leviticus. The Lord called to Moses and spoke to him from the tent of meeting. I'm just going to stop right there. How come God don't talk to me? I never heard God talking to me. And then the second you try telling people you hear voices and you think it's just God talking to you, you're considered mentally ill, and they'll give you medication to stop the voices in your head. How come God ain't never talked to any of us? There ain't proof that God ever talks to anybody here. We just have ideas inside of our head that we think of, that we think are God talking to us. But that's not what it says. It says, the Lord called to Moses and spoke to him from the tent of meeting. Well, I ain't never heard God talk to me. Nobody called me on the phone and said, hey, God here. What are you doing? Here's what I need you to do. No. It's just a whisper inside your head, which is your consciousness or your subconsciousness telling you what they think you want you to do. Everybody has a whisper inside their head, and that's what we call God. Now, if Jesus was a real person, Jesus is just somebody who meditated and then stopped one day, and then the Buddhists killed him and hung him. Like, that's the story, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it makes more sense. Because if Jesus stopped meditating, then he would have reached nirvana, and he would have told us about what happens when you do reach nirvana, which is what I did with that poem, T-Rex Brain and Short Arms. I'm not saying God doesn't exist. I'm not saying Jesus wasn't a great all-savior person, but like the facts of the Bible show that he didn't do that great of a job because it didn't work. Because people still are fucking mean to each other. So whatever Jesus was doing back then, it didn't work. Because number one, he pissed people off and they killed him. I don't know. Like, apparently he didn't finish his job. What would have happened if Jesus would have lived to be old man? I don't know. Like, maybe the world will be different. Maybe Jesus was this all magical wizard that could, like, turn fish into bread. I don't know. Maybe. Here he goes again. The Lord said to Moses. Whatever. I like the King James version the best if I was going to go to church. But I'm not going to go to church and fucking watch people that live in blind faith. Like, have you seen God? I've seen God. Well, I've seen my soul. That's what I'm going to go with. Like, that would be probably what God would be. Like, God, well, God could either be like your soul or the whisper inside your head that tells you what to do and what not to do. Energies. Different energies could be considered God. I've seen all the energies that are available on the universe, well, planet Earth at least. I haven't been on Jupiter. Jupiter might feel differently. So, yeah. So if you want to sit there, yeah, I've seen God. Like, yeah. I could draw you a picture of God. I kind of did with my T-Rex Brain and Short Arms poem. Why is... I don't remember this part of Leviticus. We don't even live in Leviticus. We don't even live in the Old Testament anymore. Like, people refuse to do offerings and, you know, shit like that. Everybody's stuck in the New Testament. So we'll just go to the New Testament. See, when the wicked rise, this is Proverbs 28:28. When the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. But when the wicked perish, the righteous thrive. I know some wicked people that are not. I know some wicked people that are winning. Bad people get good things, and bad people get good things, and good people get bad things. That's the way life works because evil trumps fucking good. Sorry. It's the way life goes. People aren't good anymore. People are lost out in fucking Wonderland dancing with some fucking yellow-dressed woman. Thinking feet smell like mustard. Like, no, they don't. Like, whatever, dude. My eyes are green, therefore my toenails are green. Sorry. So maybe me saying I'm green from the waist down would not be true for you if you have blue eyes. That means you would be blue from the waist down. Which, have fun drowning, because like water's blue, the sky's blue. Like, I don't know where else you're supposed to go. That just proves that my theory, eye color dictates personality, is true, because you got brown eyes, your toenails are brown. You got silver eyes, you get gray eyes, hazel, whatever. You got gray eyes, your toenails are gray. Like, why wasn't that in the fucking Bible? Don't tell me that doesn't fucking make you feel better. It does. Those who guard a fig tree. Oh, this is Proverbs 27:18. Those who guard a fig tree will eat its fruit, and those who protect their masters will be honored. Ain't nobody guarding a tree, dude. Nobody guards trees anymore. Sorry. First of all, how can you tell me I can't eat from that tree? I'm walking by, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat a piece of fucking fruit. You want to guard that tree and fucking put me in jail because I wanted a fucking apple? You have some serious fucking moral issues if so. I'm just saying, like, I ain't here to harvest your whole crop. I just want one apple or one orange. But yet it probably is illegal to walk by an orange orchard and pick an orange off the tree because that's my orange. Oh, you bought that tree. Who'd you buy it from? Did God sell you that tree? I highly doubt it. Oh, here's something weird. Come near, you nation. Oh, this is Isaiah 33 or Isaiah 34:1. The judgment against nations. Come here, you nations, and listen. Pay attention, you peoples. Let the earth hear. We're gonna stop right there. The earth cannot fucking hear. Last time I checked, the ground does not have ears. Sorry. The earth cannot hear me. No, I'm sorry. Show me the scientific proof that the earth can hear me. And if you believe the earth can hear you, you might have some fucking mental problems. You might need to get that checked out, or just read the poem, T-Rex Brain and Short Arms, that I've written. And that will tell you that, like, oh shit, I don't know what they were talking about and I don't care. Like, but I'm going to let you go for a while and believe that the earth can hear you, because that's just weird. Let the earth hear and all that is in it, the world and all that comes out of it. The Lord is angry with all the nations. How come the Lord can get mad? If the Lord's supposed to be the Almighty God and like he doesn't sin or whatever, like he's mad. So God sins all the time. God's been mad at humanity for centuries. You guys wouldn't sit in the corner and meditate. So like, you just ruined it all. So I'm just going to tell you that if you got green eyes, your toenails are green. You're all green. If you got blue eyes, your toenails are blue. All blue. You got brown eyes, your toenails are brown. All brown. You got gray eyes, all your toenails are gray. Gray everywhere. Like the way it goes is, if you have green eyes, you should be legally. It should be a law that if you have green eyes, you have to drive a green car. It should be a law that if you have brown eyes, you should drive a brown car. It should be a law that if you have blue eyes, you should drive a blue car. It should be a law that if you have gray eyes, you should drive a silver car. Period. I do not know why everybody's all worried about all these other colors. It's like, what color are your fucking eyes? That's what I want to say. My favorite color is green because my eyes are green. And the same should be for you, depending on the color of your eyes. I'm sorry. It's the way it goes. Sit down and shut up. So God can kill people, right? That's what it's saying right here. The Lord is angry with all the nations. His wrath is on all their armies. He will totally destroy them. He will give them over to slaughter. Their slain will be thrown out. Their dead bodies will end up a stench, and mountains will be soaked with their blood. The person you worship wants you dead. I'm just saying, God wants you dead, according to this. He is mad with you. And if he was mad back whenever this Isaiah was written, like, could you imagine how pissed off God is now at the way you humans treat each other? Because of differences of opinions that are accumulated through listening to weird shit on the media and going to church? Church is media, whatever, same thing. Oh yeah, this is great. This is great. This is another weird thing. Oh, ooh. That was a lot of creative powder. I don't know where my other Bible went. I have a King James version somewhere. We're going to go get my King James version. This international is horrible. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know where it went. I don't know. I may not be able to find it. God. Oh no, you said, God damn it. Well, God can't hear me. I don't know, man. I really don't want to read. Because the King James Version is the weirdest version you can find. Well, I like it. Because I can't wait to bring my Bible to court and be like, what about this? Like, that's some pretty weird shit. What I'm saying. Granted, I don't plan on saying weird things, but this is fun. This is fun for the moment. Like, I said my weird things piece with my poem, T-Rex Brain and Short Arms. Like, but going through the Bible and reading weird stories and shit, that's just funny. I mean, the media in church does enough weird things that I don't need to do it anymore. Like, whatever, man. Whatever, here's a version. The National, is this the same one? The NIV? Is this the NIV? Yeah, this is the NIV too. New International Version. Whatever, we'll just continue. It doesn't matter what weird thing. I'm going to find my weird thing that I saw. Oh, they did. Okay, this is Isaiah 48:21. They did not thirst when he led them through the deserts. He made water flow from them, or he made water flow for them from the rock. He split the rock and water gushed out. Oh, come on, guys. You cannot get water out of a rock. There ain't no water in there. Not enough to drink. Sorry, but you believe it. You believe he got water out of a rock for some psychological reasoning on how to behave properly. Bullshit. I call bullshit. You're being weird. That ain't never happened. If it did, please come to my house and bring water to me in a rock. You know what? No, because you take one of my rocks in my yard and I want you to take water out of it so I can drink. You ain't going to because it's impossible, right? But you believe it's supposed to be some sort of a life lesson. The only thing in the Bible that I actually agree with is that Jesus said, treat everybody like your neighbor. If I'm at Walmart, everybody that I'm around is my neighbor. That's the only thing that came out of the Bible that makes any sense to me. But people don't treat everybody like they're your neighbor. You can have kids with somebody, but you're never going to treat them like your neighbor because, well, just don't want to. Got divorced. Like, you ain't my neighbor. Well, you're not listening to Jesus, are you then? But you go to church? Like, no. Sorry, people. Your ideas on what is proper behavior, and you're only good to people you want to be good to. Like, you're supposed to treat everybody like they're your neighbor. But you don't. But yet you go to church because you want to be saved from hell, but you live in hell. Heaven and hell are a state of mind. When I was dating Crystal, I was in heaven. It's the only piece of heaven I've ever seen. So next time you go somewhere and everybody you're around should be treated like your neighbor. You have kids with somebody and you're divorced, you should treat them like they're your neighbor. Because that is the number one lesson that Jesus wanted you to learn. But you guys won't do it because you're so afraid of the people that have done drugs. You're so afraid of the people that have got criminal activity on their record. You're so afraid of people that are ugly. You're afraid of people that have tattoos. You're afraid of people that aren't afraid to talk about what they think. But you want to go to church and say that you're a God-loving person. But yet you don't treat that homeless person the same that you would your own mother, do you? No. So don't tell me you love God and you believe in God and you love Jesus if you're not treating every single human being on planet Earth like your neighbor.